Okay. Ooh. Okay, so part 4 of the tutorial about the little ball game. Another live stream. This one's gonna be about a map transitioning. So a little UMG that you display in between of each maps. And some kind of score system. Some really basic score system. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, open up the goal blueprint and add a text render. We're gonna attach this to the cube. Actually, I'm gonna grab the cube and delete it, because I'm gonna add a static mesh component instead. So I guess this is shaped cube. Then the text render is going to be attached above that cube, like this. We're going to center that text. And alright, so onto the event fic. We're going to grab that text render. Right, first of all, from the begin play, I'm gonna get all actors of class ball bond. Okay, so just grab the first one. Okay, cool. And so onto the event fic. And look. Fine, look at rotation. Okay, so that'll be the start. Get world location. And then this will be the target, like this. I guess I should actually set that, promote that to a variable, just for simplicity. So that'll be player pawn, if I can actually use that name. Yeah, cool. So target's gonna be player pawn. Get world. Get actor location, okay. So this little node here should give me the rotation. I have to set the text render to so that this text is always facing the player. So let's actually try this out. Okay, first thing I've noticed is that text is way too small. color should be something brighter, like a sweet red. Okay, so it appears to be working. I believe. Yeah, it's always facing the player. Awesome. And another thing I'm gonna do is stop the standalone. Now that we're finished implementing the menus, we don't need the escape key to actually bring up the menus. So, and the next thing we're gonna do is set text. Good. And we're gonna get time seconds. Time and seconds since world was brought up for play. Adjust by time duration is stopped when game pauses. So this is the amount of seconds that you've been in play in this level. So we're just gonna show that over the we're actually gonna make it a little prettier. And I believe trunc it, yes. I do an integer with trunc towards 0. 1, 2.8, 2. Okay, no, I don't actually want that. I only wanted to remove a few numbers after a 0, but whatever. Seconds, like that. And I could actually make that a little bigger still. Alright. Yeah. So it now tells you how long you've been in this level. Because we're actually going to use that time to create a tiny little score system. Oops. I forgot when I changed the mesh. So on to static mesh. We actually need to change this. So other actor. Good. Now that should be working again. Oh, damn it. Just gotta be sure that I didn't break it. Okay. Alright, okay, I fixed it. So, also in the construction script, set mesh and create a new variable. Called goal mesh. And so static mesh reference, we'll make it editable, expose it on spawn, and use as a default value the cube, if I can find it. Good. And that should allow you to choose whatever mesh you want for the goal, depending on the level. So here's a plane, here's a cylinder, but I'm gonna keep the box, or maybe another sphere. Sure. Okay, so this is it. Now within this folder we need to create a new widget, which is going to be map transition, basically, yeah. So image alright, and 2 more buttons. Actually, I should have duplicated the pause menu because we're gonna use the same template. I'm gonna have to right click and fix up redirectors, otherwise I won't be able to give it the name I want because it's gonna think it's already in use. So map transition. Okay, so we don't need that panel anymore. We don't need any of this anymore. Button 71 is actually resume, so that'll be next level. Okay, so we're gonna keep these 2 buttons. Okay, and as for which map we should load, we're gonna get all actors of class goal blueprint. We're gonna get the first one because there should only be one anyway. And so get level, get next level name. Alright. I'll just make sure button 73 is the one I think it is. Button 71. Button 72, okay. So that was actually button 71. And button 1172 unclicked will do the same thing, but instead it'll bring you back to the main menu. So we're just gonna copy all this. And remove that. And new map. Okay. So we're gonna call this one next level. Or this one will be main menu. And this text is gonna be it's fair enough. Text. And we're gonna set this to be a variable. Text block 81 get set text. And voila. Okay, cool. So what we want to do now is pretty much copy the pause, not the pause menu, sorry about that. We want to copy this. And then go into the goal blueprint. Then we're gonna remove that and put that instead. So pause the game, bring up the map transition at the order 1, show mouse cursor, and do that. Oh, yeah, of course. So just gotta get the player pawn, get instigator controller, and plug that. Okay, cast to actually get player. Okay. Okay, still not gonna work. So yeah, I'm really gonna have to cast it. Okay. Cast to player controller. Now that works, okay. Cool. So because our ball controller is actually a child of the player controller class, this cast is gonna work. And then we're also going to use it for the set input mode. And voila. Okay, cool. So now, if we finish this level, okay, so it took me 8.462 seconds. And I can either get to the next level, which is this level, or go back to the main menu. Come on, good. I'm gonna have to make that wall higher. And if I go back to the main menu, there it is. Oh, and I'm gonna have to, yeah, actually make a Boolean value. So, okay, if I just add new variable, show time, editable, expose and spawn. So, branch. So if that variable is actually false, you don't need to do any of this at all. And onto the begin play, we're gonna get the text render, visibility. So set visibility. And use the same Boolean value. Okay, cool. And also another Boolean value for use transition UMG, which we're also going to make editable and expose it on the pawn. So, okay, another branch. If we do use the transitioning UNG, we're just gonna do that. And if we don't, we're gonna get the other actor cast to the ball pawn like that. And then set should to false and load, or actually open level, which is going to be the next level name. All right. So we're just going to open up the main menu. Yeah, save. And we're gonna not show time and not use the transition UNG. So no transition, and then should I actually put these variable to true by default and only set them to false on the gold blueprint. On the main menu, sorry. So true by default and then onto the main menu, I'll go and manually set them to false. Both of them. And I'm actually gonna do that into the construction script instead of beg and play, so that it also happens within the editor. Good. Now that looks a lot better. So it took me that long. I'm choosing to go to the next level. Okay, now the next thing is a widget to display when the player actually fails or die, if you prefer. So there again, duplicate the pause menu, and we're gonna call that screen. And so actually the map transition is much closer to what we need. So we're gonna have this one retry, and this one remains main menu. So button 71 instead of the next, so we don't need that. Get current level name. We're gonna input that in there. So that should do the job. Now, of course, we're not gonna set that text, because that text is gonna be something like "You failed miserably." And it's a little bad, but that's gonna do it. So we're gonna grab the gold blueprint, and this is the part of the blueprint that we want. Okay, and we're actually gonna do that onto the player. So actor and overlap. Okay, so instead of resetting the level right away, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pause the game, get our own controller, cast it, create the dead screen, show it, show the mouse cursor, and okay. So maps level 1. I'm actually gonna throw myself there, and I failed miserably, so I can either retry or go back to the main menu. Boom. Okay, so that looks a lot better now. So that was pretty much all for the UMG. Now we could obviously add an option menu somewhere, and but yeah, that's gonna be everything for this video, as it's already 30 minutes long. And so, yep, that was part 4 of the tutorial, and I hope you liked it. As usual, feel free to ask any questions you have, subscribe, like the video, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one.